at the Ohio State University. Thank you.
Good morning. It's indeed rare for a sophomore to stand out in a sea of 50,000 students at one of the nation's largest universities. But John Carney took the Ohio State University by storm. While some were still trying to find their classrooms, even with a campus map, while others were finding out that putting their new scarlet t-shirt in the washer turned all their underwear pink, John had already figured out how to start the student radio station on campus and was its general manager. He served as point person to the print media coverage, radio coverage for the event of the year that year, President Clinton's Midwest Economic Summit held on our campus. That's how I first met John. It was 1995. By the end of his sophomore year, he launched a campaign to run for university student government president, and he won. As the director of student life at the time, I had the honor of swearing John in as its new USG president, and got to do that twice. His primary motivation for seeking such a position was clearly in service to students. He knew that with the help of others, he was capable of creating positive change for all students. A secondary motivation, perhaps rarely revealed, I'm sharing it today, was that he had his eye on the student government vice president of the previous administration. And his bid for president would bring him even closer to her. Excellent move on John's part, as this woman became his partner in life and most valuable asset, Jenny Nelson Carney. I've seen far too many student government leaders rest once elected. The position, the title, the resume builder is what they were really seeking. John was different. Once elected, the real work began. Because he believed there was more to do, he decided to run for a second term and won again. He was able to accomplish things that benefit students even today, things they most likely take for granted. John created the universal COTA bus pass during his first term in office, allowing Ohio State students easy access to all the cultural, economic, and social assets that Central Ohio has to offer. Today, thousands of students ride COTA's number 2 bus down High Street to the Short North and Jenny's Ice Cream, or to the Ohio Theater. Going to a concert or a hockey game on the weekend, the number 21 Night Owl bus runs from German Village to campus until 2:30 a.m. So if you ride the 21 bus, make sure you're 21 if you're going to hit all the bars at Short North. The bus pass is more than a convenience and money saver for students. It introduces them to the value of public transportation. The COTA bus project was early evidence of John's style of leadership by bringing together diverse constituencies for the greater good. It required the support of the student body, Ohio State University Board of Trustees, COTA, and the state of Ohio. John made it all work. Another significant accomplishment during John's second term was the creation of the Landlord Evaluation Database and Guide for Tenants. For the first time, students had access to landlord information and evaluations in one accessible location and from the student's point of view. Both of these are good examples of what we are so clearly seeing in John today. He tackles important issues. He builds consensus. He works hard to make positive change. During his 2 terms as student government president, John and I met almost monthly for lunch as a way to connect administrator to student. I was able to get the perspective on the latest student issues, and John could gain insight into the current thinking of the administration. But over the years, it became more than just a networking lunch. Over time, John became more like the younger brother that I never had. And I filled a void in his life, that of 9th older sister. You know, you can never have too many older women bossing you around. Whether his constituents are 50,000 undergraduates at Ohio State or nearly 12 million Ohioans, John dedicates his sharp intellect, and his energy to public service. John Carney has not lost sight of the core values of hard work, fairness, and integrity that made him so successful at Ohio State as an undergraduate and then in law school. Those qualities have been honed by hard work and polished by experience. But nearly 20 years later, 2 beautiful daughters later, multiple campaigns later, I see the same John Carney. Unafraid of hard work, honorable, true to his word, eager to listen and learn, committed to acting for the common good. I am proud of John and all he will accomplish for all of us. Today is a good day for Ohio.